Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti, and you can find my information in the description box below. I am a spiritual teacher, an energy healer. In this video, I'm going to discuss the Saturn retrograde in Aquarius energies and provide 3 pick an energy readings for you to choose from based on your intuition. These are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And I would encourage you to pause the video for your energy reading and look at the symbols and see if anything comes through for you intuitively. So let's get into the astrology. Saturn is now retrograde in Aquarius until October 10th, 2020. 1010 is a number of new beginnings, so that's exciting. Saturn is square to Uranus all year, so we will definitely be feeling the impact of Saturn retrograde more this year than previous years. These two energies coming together means things must and will change. The eclipses are also immutable signs, Sagittarius and Gemini, which is amplifying this energy of upheaval and paying karmic debts, examining our belief systems. Saturn rules time, responsibilities, karma, and structures. Saturn pushes us to master our lives and heal our karma. When things get old, outworn, and stagnant, Saturn comes in to give us a push so that we can make adjustments, make changes. And Saturn's push is usually not a gentle one. Saturn's energy is serious, slow, heavy. So haste truly makes waste. You cannot rush Saturn's energy. And that's the paradox with him being square to Uranus. It's like we have the changes in front of us that we need to make, but know that it's going to take time. Taskmaster Saturn insists that we have practical plans and handle our business. Otherwise, we are confronted with our own bullshit. Jupiter helps us to expand our grand vision, but Saturn is stoic and shows us the path. Aquarius energy is innovative, altruistic, and weird, right? In a good way. Most of the time. Aquarius is an air sign, and usually Aquariuses are quite intellectual and well-rounded. Aquarius energy is also flighty, detached, and aloof, which is not a vibe with Saturn, even though Saturn is the ancient ruler of Aquarius. With Aquarius, variety is the spice of life, for better or for worse. Some people don't do well when they have too many options, right? This is an ideal transit for solidifying romantic and business connections. These connections do have the potential to be stable and long-lasting. If there have been any issues in these areas, there will be opportunities to move through these challenges and find practical solutions. Saturn retrograde is also a great time for finding a bargain or creating a savings plan, a steady, solid plan that you can follow over time. Let's get into the energy readings. Again, I would encourage you to pause the video and take a look at the symbolism and see what resonates with you. It is okay to be drawn to more than one group, but I hope that you enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let's get into the energy readings. Hello, group number 1, those of you drawn to the kunzite. Kunzite is a powerful heart chakra stone for emotional healing. I find it interesting that this crystal is appearing in this group. It is called the woman's stone, but if you notice the oracle cards here, which I'll get to in a minute, these are masculine energies represented here. Saturn retrograde reveals to us where we have compromised our integrity. So perhaps there's some emotional healing needed around this issue. Maybe your integrity was compromised or somebody else compromised their integrity, and this created a lot of stress and anxiety for you. And unfortunately, Saturn's energy can amplify worry, fear, stress. Kunzite promotes healing of the heart and mind connection. And it all begins in the mind, right? Our thoughts create our emotions, and that filters through our whole body. Kunzite helps you to release any negative feelings and helps you to trust again. If it was a family member that compromised your trust, Kunzite can help open the door for loving communications. if that is something you want to do. Remember that healing takes time, and it is okay for you to retreat, to recharge, to pull back your energy until you feel strong enough, till you have regained your strength, and then you can begin to open the doors of communication. So take that if it resonates for you. Some affirmations to work with. I am living an authentic life. I am willing to release all resistance. I can handle anything that comes my way. Let's move on to the Oracle and Tarot cards. And from the Angels and Ancestors deck, Night is coming out. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Earth Guardian. Notice again how both the angel and the knight on this card are masculine energies. And I find it interesting that they're both covering their heart. So I'm sensing that this Saturn retrograde for some of you could be triggering a dark night of the soul. I know that in general, the divine masculine energies right now are going through a lot of changes and shifts. They're having to pay off karmic debts. And this may or may not resonate with you depending on if you are aligned with the twin flame journey. But I feel like most of the people that listen to my videos or my content, they do align with the twin flame journey and mission. And like I said, the divine masculine, they're kind of going through it right now. A quote that comes to mind when I see these two cards is, "Where the mind goes, the man follows." These two cards align with the Saturnian energies and qualities of strength and integrity, which are actually forms of protection, right? If you don't have anything to hide, then you don't have anything to really be afraid of. We really only get caught up in negativity if we are weak or lack integrity or we're not living authentically. Those are the main ways. So what do you do when no one is looking? Why are you doing what you're doing? Be honest with yourself. Are you making decisions based on love or fear? Saturn's energy will not be rushed, so it's best to take a grounded and practical approach to your life, to your projects, to your healing, to the restructuring of your world. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and Coyote is showing up. Coyote is a dualistic spirit animal. He can have positive and both quote-unquote negative associations. In this instance, Coyote is helping you to stay positive even during the worst of times. Coyote says not to dwell on the spirit animal, and Coyote is showing that energy into your life. Saturn's energy can be very the spirit animal, and Coyote is kind of negative, kind of Coyote is a dualistic but it's spirit really animal. Revealing he can have positive and both made mistakes, quote unquote negative associations. Up, right? Coyote in will this help instance, you to Coyote is helping you to stay positive in your mistakes, during the worst of times. Remember that you are allowed to mess up in life. Coyote says that's the only way that we learn. Not to dwell on the negative. Coyote helps you to adapt to any situation, but like Saturn's energy, Coyote also wants you to be aware of the risk and reward, the balance in all things. Let's move on to the angel number, and 813 is showing up. 813 is an indication that your spirit team is sending you a boost of positive energy, so look out for this number. Like the Knight card, 813 asks you to be brave, to be honest with yourself, and to express yourself from a place of integrity. Remember to focus on what you want and not what you don't want. Financial worries can be a huge issue with Saturn retrograde, but your spirit team is asking you to release any monetary or financial fears and know that you are fully supported in your light work, you're fully supported in your healing, you're fully supported in building those solid foundations and goals, you're fully supported in structuring your life to live the way that you want. All right? So thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope this resonated with you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Have a wonderful Saturn retrograde. Namaste. Hello, group number 2, those of you drawn to the Black Kyanite. Black Kyanite is a powerful, high vibrational root chakra stone that actually balances the entire energy system. Known as the witch's broom, kyanite sweeps away negative energies and blocks from your aura. Black kyanite repels any more of this type of energy from getting in, too, by repairing auric holes. Saturn's energy does reveal to us our blind spots. Saturn is also a very karmic energy, and it can be hard to stay positive if you're carrying a lot of negativity in your auric field, a lot of burdens, a lot of past, old, stale, stagnant energy, especially if that energy isn't yours. Kyanite works quickly, but it can take a few months for the results to show up in your physical reality because, like Saturn, kyanite likes to go deep. Kyanite wants to get to the root, the structures that are within you, which is creating the unwanted circumstances in your life. Kyanite is also very grounding, especially when you're dealing with a lot of chaos, conflict, upheaval, and that could be the case for some people depending on how the Saturn-Uranus square is affecting them and their chart. Some affirmations that you can work with. I choose to think positive thoughts. I am doing the best that I can. My spirit team surrounds me and supports me. Let's move on to the Oracle and Tarot cards, and from the Angel Answers deck, within the next few months is coming out, and at the bottom of the deck, remain positive. So again, Saturn's energy can be heavy and not so great at times. During retrograde, this is about examining your inner structures. Again, what is creating the outer world? It's your inner world. It's easy for somebody else to tell you to stay positive, right? But that can seem impossible if you are just in a bad negative space, dark night of the soul, or if you're just negative in your being. So over the next few months, focus on the practice of positive thinking. And yes, it is a practice. You can use any negative thoughts, fearful thoughts, as triggers for you to move in another direction. Just like the steps on the within the next few months card, Saturn rewards hard work. You can't take the elevator with Saturn. There isn't one. You have to take the stairs. So remain positive. Keep moving forward as best you can through the trials, through the tribulations, through the challenges, through the upheaval, and know that you are being supported and guided through this time of awakening, through this time of healing and restructuring your world. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and grizzly bear is showing up. Grizzly bear is a very powerful spirit animal that's similar to the Tower card in Tarot. Changes and chaos before new order. The blessing in disguise. Grizzly bear is a she, is at the top of the food chain and is showing up to remind you who you are. That is really the whole purpose of chaos in our lives in the first place, to help us remember who we are, to help us remember our strength, our purpose. Grizzly encourages independent thinking, choosing to believe the best no matter what is unfolding before you. When grizzly bear shows up, it's an indication that your prayers to change your life are being orchestrated by spirit. So stay positive and know that you are on the right path and that you will have all of the guidance and answers that you need as you continue to make these adjustments. Grizzly bear says that you have all the wisdom within you to go through these changes with grace, with ferocity, with bravery, with courage, with wisdom. All is well. Let's move on to the angel number, and 536 is showing up. 536 is a money number, a provisions number. It's also about remaining positive, thinking only positive thoughts about your material world. When you see this number, the angels are sending you a boost of positive energy, surrounding you, supporting you. 536 showing up asks you to consider what changes you need to make to raise your vibration. Perhaps you need to move. Maybe you need to change jobs. Maybe you need to end a relationships, or start new ones. Use this Saturn retrograde time to really examine these foundational pieces of your life. 536 says that whatever you need will be provided. Whatever you need to improve your life will be provided for you as long as you trust your intuition, trust the messages, and make the changes accordingly. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope this resonated with you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful Saturn retrograde. Namaste. Hello, group number 3, those of you drawn to the selenite. Selenite is a high vibrational crown chakra crystal that helps you to gain clarity on what you want. Selenite clears heavy and dense energies so that you can raise your vibration and your level of perception. Saturn's energy can be very heavy, very dense. So selenite is a great crystal for helping you to see things from that spiritual perspective, from that place of clarity and wholeness. Selenite is a great crystal for charging other stones as well, and it will recharge you. Crystal balls are often made from selenite, and they're great for scrying to get answers. Also, fishtail selenite is good for this type of work, for psychic development work, for being able to raise your vibration, your frequency to a higher level. Do some research on crystal balls, selenite crystal balls, if this is something that resonates with you. I feel like selenite is one of those stones that everyone should have in their collection. It's just a very cleansing and soothing vibration that really helps you to kind of calm down, really, in times of chaos and panic. A lot of healers and tarot card readers use selenite to cleanse their decks, to cleanse themselves, to cleanse their clients. Some affirmations that you can work with. I trust the process of life. I am moved into my highest good always. All of my needs are met. Let's move on to the Oracle and Tarot cards. And from the Mermaids, Mystery is coming out. And at the bottom of the deck, the Future reversed. The Mermaids are asking you to stop overthinking. Are you making things more complicated than they need to be because you're really trying to control everything? FYI, the mermaids are primarily fourth and fifth dimensional beings, so they're not far off from us vibrationally speaking. So they understand some of our earthly worries and fears of the future. I know the mermaids are definitely concerned about the health of our oceans, and so they too might be skeptical about their future. But if you're worried about anything, call on your spirit team. If you're worried about money or any practical things, the mermaids are encouraging you to think only positive thoughts about your future, because what you think about expands. The mermaids are asking you to see everything from a spiritual perspective. Haven't you always had what you needed when you needed it? These two cards again speak to psychic development work. That may resonate with some of you, but remember that Saturn always rewards anything that you work diligently and consistently on. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and Starfish is showing up. Starfish is a spirit animal of regeneration and strength. Perhaps this Saturn retrograde will provide you with some downtime for healing and restoration after a time of craziness and chaos. Like the mermaids, Starfish is asking you to use your spiritual sight when it comes to dealing with your current situation and circumstances. Shift your perception. In the ocean, it's hard to see, it's hard to hear. So most animals rely on other senses to navigate their world. Starfish is asking you to use your empathic gifts, use your higher senses in the same way. Let's move on to the angel number, and 136 is showing up. 136 is a provision number. Everything that you need will be supplied. So release any fear or any trepidation that Saturn might bring up to your awareness for the purposes of release. Angel number 136 showing up is asking you to align with your purpose. But what is your purpose? Do you know? What is your mission? Do you trust that you will be financially supported and all of your needs will be met as you focus on your mission, your passions, your purpose? You may be too focused on the material world at this time, which is narrowing your view of what is possible. And remember that you have not because you ask not. So have you asked for what you want? Have you been clear with your intentions and your petitions to the universe? If you have, then trust that your prayers are being answered and responded to. 136 is also a practical number. Create some schedules and routines and stick to it. Saturn likes very stoic, structured activities like that. 136 is encouraging you to do things you know you need to do every day and allow Spirit to handle the details and outcomes of the rest. All right? Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope this was helpful for you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful Saturn retrograde. Namaste.